So that's the timeline. Typically, what you'll probably need to work with is going to be these three lights right here. Like I said, you have the on the program button down below, you have timeline, and then you have the three light icon, which is your editor for what's actually happening with the lights. In the editor, you have a play, you have a fast forward, and you have a skip to the very end or very beginning. Um, this allows you to kind of move around and get to where you need to go, or you can just click on the individual places um, that you need to work with. Um, so when it comes to editing lights, other things that I've added is selection of areas. I have the band, which you can select from right there. You can select and add to the band with click on the background, or you can just hit band again and just select background. And each of these will hopefully allow you to move through things faster. Or you can just do the old-fashioned way, drag and select those lights, or individually select lights as needed. In this selection process, once you select the lights, you can change the intensity levels, and usually that will be reflected in the software. Sometimes, which is happening right now, the software is not wanting to reflect what is happening in the editing mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this and I'm going to reopen it. I'm glad this is happening to me now because sometimes this does happen on a Sunday. For some reason, Jands Vista does not like to always work properly, at least in the computer program. And that is something I will talk to Jands Vista at some point and allow them to find out what is the problem. So just again, an overview. Want to go and make sure all our universes are disconnected, and we want to connect the USB. All right. Go back to playback control. Happy day. We want to edit that one. Go to edit. Again, it gives us the timeline. We don't want the timeline. We want the editing, the actual fixture. So we'll click on the three lights in the icon. And this is where we can start editing things. Now, again, over here, we have the intensity. As you can see, the intensity changed right there. We can change the intensity down to 0 up to 100. We can add strobe from 0 to 100, and you should see that reflected in the lights that you're looking at. We also have a lot of pre-made effects. We can stop those effects by hitting the stop effect. Home will make everything just go to one solid color, and also bring down the intensity and strobe. Let me bring that back up. And then, like I said, we have the pre-made effects. What you would have to do is click the effect, and you'll start seeing these lights change and move. To edit that effect, we'd go to Smart Effects. We'd click on Chase number 1, and then in here we can change the chase speed by moving this dial, or you can just type in the number that you want it to move to. You can change the amplitude of that to be very soft, which is 50%. You can make it overlap more or not, spread it more or not. Multiply the rate instead of times 1 by 160. It's 4. You can change the wavelength of the way the lights move. And so if you have time on a Sunday and you feel confident enough with the program, please feel free to play with these. That's how I figure out a lot of the stuff, is by just playing. And then you can just close it, and it will stay what you're doing. Like I said, you have the color picker here. You have different ways of picking color. These are, in essence, gels right here, different gel types. So you can find a specific gel type. And then you have CMY color pattern change, or RGB. Uh, our lights, by the way, the LEDs run on an RGB scale, so you have red, green, and blue, and it allows you to create any color pretty much under the sun. I would typically stick with this color picker. It's pretty easy and it gets you to where you want. And again, you can manipulate those colors as much as you want. We also have color effects, which are kind of nice. Allows us to keep a solid color, and you would change those right here. It would say C Alt up here. We just have a regular chase, and then we have these C chases. These are the color chases. So we click on the chase, go into Smart Effects, click C Alt right here. I'll bring this over. You can stop it. Let me stop other things as well. You can stop that chase, that part of the chase. Select the color that you want. Let's say we want green, and we want the stop color to be blue. So stop B. Again, you can change the speed there and everything else. And then when you unclick, you'll notice that the lights will change their color. And there will be a constant green with blue flashing in and out. Again, you can change the intensity of that and so forth. So that's the color change. Once you're done with that, what you need to do is you need to save this clip. You can either save it by clicking save here, or you can right click or control click on a Mac and click save right there. You can also go blind. I haven't had very much experience with this, but what blind I believe does is it makes what you have on stage stay there and allows you to edit things without people noticing it. So that if you want to play around with that, go for it. That would allow you to edit on the fly in a service or during a walk-in and change things if you needed to change things. With that said, that is kind of a overview of what I know of Vista, and I hope that this was helpful in understanding the odds and ends of Vista.